Welcome back to my Let's Play for Pokemon Gold, my Electric run. I have to admit, I am not looking forward to this, because this part of the game just always bores me to tears. The part where, we have to clear out Nugget Bridge, or the spot after it, that old route that leads to Bill's house. Which means we gotta fight those 6 trainers for a fabulous prize! Sadly, that fabulous prize is them not getting out of our way without having to do all these pointless battles, because, let's face it, these guys are weak. Like, so weak, I'm not even sure I want to honor them by putting them on the sidebar. I might just replace them with a picture of my hamster, because she is far more worthy of your attention than these trainers. That's how much they suck. Like, at least if we were early on fighting weaklings, it makes sense, because I wouldn't be very strong either, but these are guys after the Elite Four. They need to be, stepping up their game. Instead, they're throwing out little level 35 Oddishes. Like, seriously? You haven't evolved that thing into a Vileplume yet? Get lost, Dudley. You're Dudley do wrong, not Dudley do right. You're not even doing it for the fun of it. I mean, come on. Oh, it's not serious, unless you're talking about second base. But okay, lass, let's see what you got. Oh, Wigglytuff? I shouldn't make fun of it, because the run I've been thinking about has been doing, a Tough Puff run, where we run with Wigglytuff and Jigglypuff, but I got no respect for, someone's level 30 Wigglytuff at this point. Like, no. And Wigglytuff, just wants to have fun. Because it has access to all kinds of moves, but doesn't have the stats to really abuse any of them. I feel sorry for you. Doesn't take away from the glory of taking down Whitney's entire team with an Igglybuff one time. I mean, I got a video for that, but damn. And then a level 34 Grand Bull? I guess I should have more respect for the Bull, but it's just so full of bullshit if it thinks it can win this fight. You're going down, Grand Bull, because you're a nobody. Ooh, it actually took the hit and returns with a bite. To be fair, I didn't have stab with that. If it was a Thunder Punch, it probably would be dead. But I decided to humor it with a weaker attack. Oh well. The mild scarring I can deal with. Apparently this Ellen just isn't as good as Ellen DeGeneres. Well, let me see, what's number 3 got? Oh, it'll be plenty easy, but okay. So wants to battle Joe? As an average Joe? Oh, he's sending out a Tangela? Oh, forget it. Fight's already over. The only Pokemon I have on my team that, they could reliably take care of is probably Neo. Because Magneton just suffers in this game from a lack of, a viable moveset. Like, I can't think of anything to throw on it. Like, I'm still stuck with Thunder Shock for its electric attack. Thunder Shock! Like, what are you supposed to do with that? Here, Neo, I'm not gonna use you. You're that useless. We're gonna send out Juno. We're sending out a fish to deal with a Vaporeon. Honestly, it's probably my favorite evolution out of the original 3, but we gotta kill it. It's a sad fate. Kinda wish I could have used this in my water run, but it's hard to get water stones early on in the original game, in the second series of games, because there are none in the store you can purchase. You gotta, get them from, Bill's house, from his grandpa or whatever. Or, I guess in Crystal, you get a few stones for free, but it's usually much later on in the game when you pick them up, so, didn't really get to use Vaporeon for my water run. Might have been nice. Of course you're a Stomp Flat. You're dealing with a deadly fish. It's like a king tuna right there, man. Not really. Like, I'm so untired right now, it's not even funny. Like, the Romans were more tired out when I was fighting them with the Calabrians, and I only fought them, 4 times. Twice to take 2 of their cities, without really dealing with that much of a fuss, to be honest, for the most part. And then the armies they sent afterwards were even weaker. Their original defensive line was much stronger than, what they sent afterwards to try and reclaim their cities I stole. Like, they sent one group that had a lot of heavy legions in it, which was cool. It could have been effective. But then they botched it by sending, you know, the lowest level of unit you can have in the game in terms of size. So I kind of just curb stomped them hard with my hoplites. Because I had way more heavy troops than they did. Sadly, I didn't even get to use my best and biggest army, because by the time I traded it, it was over, basically. I just gotten it into Roman territory, started letting claim their cities, and the campaign was effectively called over because I'd conquered too many cities. Yeah, and History's Great Empire is Rome. You can't, you know, continue on after a certain point. It's like, you're so dominant, you know, at this point, we're just gonna end it, because you're just gonna steamroll everyone else. And to be fair, they weren't wrong. I mean, as during the Unification of Italy campaign, I basically controlled the entire southern portion of Italy. I had skipped over the middle portion of the map because I was allied with the group that controlled it. Though how they held on to it for as long as they did, I have no idea, because they had lost over 40 battles by the time I'd finished the campaign, you know, as far as the game was concerned. Like, yeah, they had won 16 battles and lost over 45. Like, with a win-loss record that bad, you think, you know, they would be, you know, completely wiped out, but apparently most of their losses came from launching small invasions all over the place. Just probing people looking for weakness. And this managed to work well enough for them to take a couple cities. In the long run, though, you know, it wasn't enough. I mean, at one point they did rival me in size. In fact, they even surpassed me for a little bit. And I backstabbed some of my other allies in order to fix that problem. Well, I should say I backstabbed one ally, because one ally was an ally of convenience, because I was too busy fighting a war with someone else, and didn't want to deal with them at the time. It's like, I'll ally with you for just a little bit while I'm dealing with this other campaign, you know, in the boot of Italy. And they took it. I think they asked for some resources in exchange, and I'm just like, that's fine. If they can buy me some time, I'm okay with that. So I finished the campaign, you know, against the people that had taken over the southern portion, and then turn around and smash them. And the person I'd allied with early on, you know, didn't think I was going to betray at the time, but they'd lost so many battles and gotten so small they had now one city. We're getting gobbled up by my other ally, so I'm just like, you know what? If they're that screwed over, and they're not going to be able to recover, you know, from where they were at, I'm just going to take them out of the map, so I don't have to worry about, you know, my other ally getting uncontrollable, potentially, because of its sheer size. In fact, by the time the campaign was ending, I was starting to box them in from the north and south, trying to limit their growth. Albeit in that game, you can walk through allied territory, so it's only going to do so much for me. But yeah, the only group I didn't really want to go to war with at the time was the Romans. That out near the end of the campaign, they'd taken some territory near me, and I'm just like, ally with me or prepare for war, because, you know, you're on my border, and I can't, you know, allow that. And they're like, nope, not interested in an alliance with you, because they knew I was close to ending the campaign because of my sheer size at this point. And they wanted a war, like, real bad. And I gave it to them. And I think they might have regretted it at some point, because they're realizing they couldn't, you know, beat me. Because I was so massive and just so powerful at this point, because I could fund, you know, these massive army stacks that no one else could deal with because of their sheer bulk. So I just started, you know, playing the smackdown what they did send. Yeah, that's not a great plan. Like I said, these guys aren't strong enough to really tire me out. It's like watching someone send a group of horses my way when I have, you know, a bunch of heavy infantry in that game. In History's Great Empire is Rome, like, heavy infantry just dominates horses, utterly. Ugh. Like, I've seen entire horse armies crushed by heavy infantry of, like, half their size. Like, it's absolutely terrifying to behold, to be honest. Like, the heavy infantry unit is just broken, and that's probably because you can't do much with horses. I mean, you can set up your lines before battle starts, and that's basically it. That's all you can do to determine what the outcome is. You know, try and get a feel for the lay of the land you can see from that map, and try and position your units accordingly. But at least that takes care of this portion, right? Fairly quick, but that's because, you know, I just want this over with. And yeah, I'll probably go with the picture of the hamster, just to save on, editing time. Oh great, I gotta go to the power plant in order to find out about the power plant issue. We'll do that next time. That'll do for this episode. Next time, we'll make our way to the power plant and deal with getting Misty in the gym. Until then, see ya.